Well, hello once again. This is Bishop Udell, and I'm bringing you illustrated high points from a recent lesson in Union Gospel Press. In fact, the lesson was uh, made for April 23rd, 2023. It's written by David A. Hamburg. He's going to talk about John chapter 6, verse 25. And in fact, he has three. Let's look at the first one. Where do you, when cometh thou hither? Some people ask Yeshua Jesus when they couldn't find him and went looking for him, didn't know how he got to where he was. The people were confused. Jesus was in Capernaum, but how did he get there? They would never have imagined that Jesus walked on the water, according to John chapter 6, verse 19. Even when we think we have thought of everything, we often leave out God and his solution. Let us always remember that God is a God of the impossible. And he quotes Luke chapter 1, verse 37. David shares a second high point about the true bread of life in John 6:35. Years ago, as a student in Bible college, I was given an assignment to preach at a rescue mission. I preached the gospel the best I could and was thrilled when two men came forward. We went into a back room where I reviewed the plan of salvation to make sure they understood. Halfway through, they interrupted and asked whether they could get some food and a bed for the night. I realized then they were similar to the crowd in John 6. They wanted food, but were not interested in bread that satisfies the soul. David wrote a three-part here on I am the bread of life from John chapter 6, verse 35. The online encyclopedia, Wikipedia, pointed out that bread has a significance beyond nutrition. It mentioned the Lord's Prayer with the phrase, quote, give us this day our daily bread, unquote, from Matthew 5:11, as well as bread being used in the Eucharist or communion. Bread also has become, along with dough, an euphemism for money. The encyclopedia mentioned some other ways bread is used around the world, but it neglected to refer to the most important one of all, Jesus, the bread of life. Thank you, David A. Hamburg, for sharing that with us in Union Gospel Press. And folks, this is your reader, Bishop Ed Udell. Thanks for sharing this with me. And I hope it will bless your soul today. And I hope that you take time to study John 6 and learn about this book, John, because it contains seven, well, more than seven, but at least seven I am discourses of Jesus saying, I am, which refers back to Exodus when Yahweh God told Moses, when you go to your people to deliver them and they question you, who are you? Who sent you? Tell them, I am sent you. So there's a connection in the first covenant, some call the Old Testament, and the second covenant, many of us call the second covenant or the New Testament. I am here and several I am there. Yeshua, Jesus, showing that he is the one that the law of Moses, the prophets, and the Psalms declared about the Messiah. Until next time, God bless you all.